I think he misunderstood.
Sorry, guys, I had problems with connection.
No problem. You didn't miss much.
So
now we lost David.
So where we stopped?
Here?
There he is.
Where we stopped? I propose, I think this is clear. As far we do not change in...
Dimitri, can you go back sharing your screen?
Yeah.
Achilles, you're here now? It's very good timing. Can you all hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Sorry, a little late.
We were down at the transition section.
Okay.
Scroll down, Dima.
What?
A little more. Okay. A little more. 16.
What about 15?
Let's do 16 first, because there's a comment we can get rid of quickly.
All right.
Achilles, you disagreed with this comment, 16.3, but when you replied to Yetzi, you were agreeing with 16.3. So I think there was a misunderstanding.
Actually, my opinion is that ECAF should be remains. Of course, I'm not just remains, but it should be kept for a long time, not just not just for a short period.
The reason for 16.3 isn't to give ECAF a short period. It's to say that we never have no. If the community takes away ECAF, we still have law until the new system is put in place.
All right.
And still, the new system could be ECAF, but that's up to the community to decide.
Yeah, I understand the meaning, but it's only my personal opinion. I mean, actually, I add my opinion. I think on this part, I mean, we should have ECAF. We should keep ECAF as a norm, like the Supreme Court of America, to keep the final basic principle judge organization. Sometimes the event can they can even interview the detailed case. But if the case connects the basic principle of the governance of EOS.
I do not agree with you, and we discussed this before, Achilles. Sorry to interrupt you. But ECAF, we agree that ECAF is kind of like a system where all organizations can have a part and can participate in it. So it's not one organization. It can be multiple entities organization, but is a system is one rules for all organizations which participate in it. In future, that's what we are leading towards. To make it more decentralized.
Yes, I can understand. That means we may have a multiple arbitration provider. You have just one of it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
So is it important for you to keep that exact name, ECAF, or are you okay with something that is doing the job of ECAF but is named differently?
Yeah, maybe not ECAF, but I still think we may have one of the organization of EOS. How do you say, to keep all the final explanation of the principle or accumulate all the principle of EOS, or the final judgment, the final explanation, something like that. Because I think in long term, because BP will change by the water. And
this is what we discussed because before with Yetzi, like supreme arbitration for some extra cases, like with the BPs, between BPs and kind of this thing. Like supreme arbitration, you mean, right?
Yes, that's right. Yeah, because we need a final explanation and not just the judge, but also explanation, also the accumulation. Accumulation is more important. Even no organization try to accumulate all the principle, all the experience by the U.S. governance. It's just not stable. It's my personal opinion. I think you can understand.
Oh yeah.
Can we resolve the comment there?
Pardon?
Can we resolve the comment?
Not agree, you mean this one?
Yep.
No, yeah, I want to get rid of that because
we're asking. Yeah, okay, it's gone.
And Yetzi's comment there as well.
This one?
Yeah, that's about the yeah, okay.
Actually, transaction article, I agree with this. There is no...
It's necessary.
There is nothing I would like to dispute.
이 마지막 transition article 무슨 뜻인지 기억하시나요? 뭘 바뀔 때,
예.
새로운 거 들어올 때까지 기존 거 지켜야 돼. 말이 맞죠? 오케이죠?
예, 오케이죠.
Okay, it's okay.
I accept suggestion, resolve it, all these things.
If you agree with it.
If you guys agree as well.
So transition articles should be green. All right. So now we do 15.
Constitution, right? So we change it.
Yeah. Yetzi?
Small print, please. Not the capital in the beginning, Dimitri.
Yetzi, is there a separation clause in here?
Sorry, I got it open. What? Sorry, David. What kind of clause?
Separation clause, separability clause. If one part of this is not legally viable in your district, in your region, you're still required to follow the other parts of the contract.
Yeah, that's the 15.2.2.
No, I mean for the entire Constitution. There doesn't seem to be a separability clause.
No, because it's separability is a function of the applicable law.
Right. I'm just confirming. That's all right.
Yeah.
I understand why there isn't. I just wanted to confirm there isn't.
Okay.
There's no sanity clause either, or morality clause.
What does mean supersedes?
More important than, yeah.
The more important, like it's in a priority for all laws, right?
Yes. You have to follow this before you follow local law.
Which is more of a well, it has no real meaning because in the local laws, in the national laws, you will typically find clauses that will supersede any contract, and this is a contract. So to put it there has more like a symbolic value than anything else. But
if you
have to realize that.
Yeah, but isn't it also there to kind of when people come from different jurisdictions and they have a disagreement and one says that he's right based on his jurisdiction and what he's used to, like we can say, okay, but you agreed to the constitution, signing the transaction, and therefore this is where your conflict is going to be solved based on these rules.
Yes, based on the text of this constitution, you'll have to follow the text of the constitution. So you're right there. But it could be that in the local laws, some of these articles are overruled by the local laws. And then if there's a dispute, the applicable law will decide who wins the case at the end of the day. So it's highly complicated, and there's really no workaround. We just don't operate in a vacuum. There are rules, and they will be applied to also this constitution. There's no way to run away from that.
Yeah, Yetzi, I think it needs to stay there, because when we have a dispute on chain between two parties on chain, we want arbitration to apply. So that rule there, 15.1, is necessary. However,
yes,
if we have a dispute that is off-chain, so for example, a BP in China is told by the Chinese authorities, remove this block, it offends us. The BPs in China have to comply with the men with guns. We don't expect them to say, no, I can't, I have a constitution.
Yep.
No.
Unless we make the constitution bulletproof.
I remember in the currently ECAF, the ADR, the dispute resolution, rulers of dispute resolution, the external jurisdiction, when there is a external court order come into EOS, the community members should still wait the arbitrator of EOS to issue a new order, even the new order is the same for the external order from external court order. That means, yes, it's the same meaning that the constitution is superior to all the other law. I think it's the same meaning.
Well, you have there's always two different things. One is the applicable law, and one is the competent court. And those are separate issues. So if I understood you correctly, you were referring to the applicable law, which is dealt with in Article 15. The competent court is dealt with in the arbitration article, where we said, we will have a default arbitrator unless you make other arrangements.
I think it's a bit complicated language here, like this word, notwithstanding. We can replace it with something more simple.
It's a simple word.
It is a simple word.
Simple, not for me. Is it simple for you, Martin?
Yeah, it's self-explanatory.
Right. Guys. Then we
you know what I mean. You know what it means to withstand something. When there's like a really, really hot girl and it's trying to get you in bed, but you're saying, no, I have a baby girl, I can't do this. And you're withstanding this.
Come on, my wife just came into the door.
Yeah.
This thing.
Yeah, it's an easy word.
All right.
And we'll buy you a dictionary for Christmas.
Okay, guys. And Mira, could we move on to the issue of Thomas Cox getting into our draft and deleting deliberately the inflation article?
I think we discussed this previously. It's already in the code. It creates the possibility of code conflicting with Constitution.
Yeah, and I think we decided to keep it in.
I didn't.
Okay.
Okay, can somebody clearly explain this to me again? Because, like, I see it's in the code, so it can't be in the Constitution.
Yeah,
that's
when you amend the Constitution, then it's conflicting with the code. Is this the problem, or?
Yes.
Okay.
But the point is that the code does exist, of course, but it's only code. It can be changed. Anyone, also David's friend Michael Yates, can upload a new version of the code that can be adapted by 15 BPs, and then we will have a different code. And so I think and it's also in this constitution, it says this constitution is more important, supersedes, Dimitri, over the codes. And it should be that way. So if we are of the opinion that if it's in the code, it shouldn't be in the constitution, that would mean that everyone that would change the code, everyone could change the code, and all changes would be overriding the constitution. They could get rid of 21 block producers. They could get rid of, I don't know, any voting. You know, they would be like very powerful block producers. And in my view, you know, I killed, the first thing I did when we were working on this constitution was killing the block producers meeting, because everyone in this group were of the opinion that would make the block producers too powerful. If we have the codes reign over or supersede the constitution, that would make the block producers extremely powerful. That, you know, as a matter of fact, would give them almost absolute powers over EOS. So that's why I brought this up in the Telegram group, and I just don't agree with Thomas on this one.
Yeah, this balance of power, as I understand. So in such case, this, where there is no power of community and decision made by 1521, there is no influence of community in such case, and it's much easier to make changes.
Exactly.
So big question as inflation.
Well, it's for some reason the other voting principles that are also in the code are bypassed. So Thomas has left those in, but he struck this out. I mean, there's other rules in this constitution that are coded, like voting in general. The 21 block producers, he left those all in, but for some reason he got the inflation out, and I don't know why. It's either you get everything that's in the code out if you're consequent, you know, if you're, or nothing. And now it's like this decision, I just don't get it.
Yeah, I don't think he personally minds that much. He writes, this just opens the door to disagreement between the two, and maybe he just wants to prevent us from like having like this as like the point where everybody's focusing on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is an attack vector for the whole document. But I would like to hear David's opinion, because he seems to be agreeing with Thomas. David,
are you here?
No.
Achilles, what do you think about this?
You mean you're talking about the inflation, right?
Yeah, article number 5.
And yeah, it's more if the inflation should be in the constitution, even though it's already in the code. And the effect that it's going to have is that when we keep it in the constitution, it means basically that the constitution is as strong as the code.
Stronger.
Okay, stronger.
But I have to think about this question.
Okay.
Why writing in the Constitution is make a Constitution stronger than the code? I don't understand.
Because the code you can just change with a 15 to 21
yes.
producer voting, and to change the Constitution, you need to have a referendum, which has like a 15% threshold, and you know the dates, right?
At least 1 month of
for
yeah.
one. So changing the inflation, changing the Constitution is way harder than changing the code, and it would also like make more of a wave. You can't do this in secret.
Yeah, and there is community involved in changing Constitution. Yeah. There is no involved community in changing code.
Agreed. And just when it comes to inflation, who is paid by the inflation? It's the block producers. So it's kind of they have an incentive to actually change it in their favor. And if it's not in the Constitution, they can do it anytime they want, in a way.
Yeah, maybe we just try to written to limit the BP's power to get more to change more inflation than 4%. That means if the BP try to currently right now is 4% inflation. If the BP try to change the code to get more inflation, it should be through the referendum.
Yeah, that's what this article.
That's what in there. I do agree, and that's what is in there right now. And if you strike out this article, that would mean that the BPs could raise their inflation to 3%, or 5, or 20.
Yes, yeah. I think it's important to limit the power.
All right. So you about reject the suggestion. I would like to ask Myra and ask David and Max. This is an important question. We need to ask more opinions. Myra,
I couldn't give a smart answer on this, so I hold my opinion for now.
All right, David.
Let's hear Max first. Max, 이 내용은 이해하시나요? 토마스 콕스 저기 인플레이션 내용 뺐어요. 왜냐면 원래 코드에 있어요. 뭐 문제 있을 수 있어요. 둘 다 동의 안 하면.
무슨 내용인지 알겠어요.
예, 근데 지금 예시 말씀하신 게 그렇게 하면 나중에 BP들 인플레이션 바뀌고 싶으면 몰래 자기들한테 10% 줄 수 있어 몰라.
자기들 득 보려고.
예, 허락 없이.
예.
그래서 들어가는 걸 원한다고. 어떻게 생각하세요? 어떻게 했으면 좋겠어요?
이거를 빼더라도 어차피 그렇게는 올라가 있는 거잖아요, 코드상에는.
네, 빼면 그래도 코드에 있어요. 근데 코드는 BP들 알아서 바뀔 수 있어요.
그럼 이 권한을 우리가 커뮤니티가 가져올 수 있다면?
다시요?
그러니까 이게 코드상에 기록이 되어 있더라도 이런 퍼센트를 정하지 않더라도 인플레이션에 대해서의 권한은 레퍼런덤으로 가야 된다는 문구 하나만 넣으면 안 돼요? 예를 들어서.
저는 동의합니다. 저도 그런 생각하고 있었어요. 근데 오케이, 먼저 번역할게요. Max covered the same solution that I would like. Rather than strike it completely, or address the inflation as detailed as you've done in the original, why don't we just say BPs may not change inflation from existing rates without referendum?
Good, great.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically effectively the same, right? Just with less work.
I think it addresses the fear that is the Yetzi names and it's correct here. Okay. All right, then let's make that change. Thank you, Max.
예, 감사합니다. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm typing. It's very slow. You have bad connection, Dimitri?
I can type. What do you need?
Just go ahead and type it. He's teasing you. Hey, Dima.
Yes.
You're wearing an Adidas tracksuit. You told me you're not that guy.
What?
You told me you're not that Russian guy in the Adidas tracksuit, but you're wearing an Adidas tracksuit right now.
Adidas.
You're a Russian in an Adidas tracksuit. You are a stereotype.
All right, all right. Leave with your stereotypes. Come on.
I'm done with typing, but Google isn't.
Yeah, it's Google. No, not referendum light. Make it a referendum. Fuck them.
Hang on. You'll be served as we speak. Okay, while we're waiting for Google to finish what I typed, how do we proceed from here? The referendum. What I am going to do is look at the comments and that are below the text and adapt them to the current changes. I did already some this morning, and it seems we don't need many changes. And the next step will be publishing the document. Yeah, we need to present it and have like a text to go with it, etc. Who's going to do that?
I don't know. Hold on a second. You're going to tidy up the text, but please remove the footnotes wherever possible.
You don't like the footnotes? Okay.
I like them, but for non-native English speakers, it's frightening.
Okay.
It's intimidating.
Okay.
You've got here, cannot set the inflation at a rate higher than 1%. Right now, it is a compounded 5% per annum.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So why did you put 1%?
Because it's about the inflation that goes to the block producers.
And then we should have the same sentence for the remaining 4%.
Yeah, I would like that.
I changed it.
Or I would, if we can't do it for each individually, we could just say inflation overall. Can't go higher than the current compounded 5% without referendum.
Marty, can I ask you to share the screen? I need to do urgent things from each one right now.
Okay. I cannot share the screen while the other participant's sharing.
You can.
I can do it.
Okay, I got it.
I got 5 minutes on the clock, guys. Is that okay? And Myra, I'm sorry, referring to guys. I keep forgetting Myra.
Hi, I'm here.
Can
I'm
you guys
sorry,
see my screen?
I also need to leave in 5 minutes for another meeting.
Okay, can you? Okay. So I think it's important what Jetze just asked. Once this is all tidied up and clean, what are our next step? I mean,
Here's my solution. Martin distributes to the Chinese. Martin and Achilles distribute to Chinese. Max distribute to Koreans. We give it to Justin and tell Justin to share it with the rest of the world.
I can do that.
Okay,
I think we need one more call, guys, to finalize, to make a summary of all these things what we made. read it, short call, read it by ourselves, all the constitution, read it again. And then one more call to clear all the things.
Sounds beautiful.
Let's
okay. And could all right. I mean, I think we need to have like a text that explained how we worked on getting this text together.
Yeah, I will talk to Justin about this. I will talk to Justin about this because basically this is part of his synchronizing, and I don't know if we are all okay in making this the synchronized constitution.
It is.
You know, it is.
It should be. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It would give us good exposure
that way.
Yeah, so I will like get it tidied up and then have one call, and I will invite Justin and then.
Okay.
How long do you need, Jetze, to clean this up? What do you think?
Well, half an hour, but I need to find time. That's more important.
Is it realistic to have a call?
I can have it cleaned up a week's end, definitely, but maybe today. Okay,
then just give a heads up in the Telegram group when you think you have the time. Justin is also there, and then from there we go on, schedule one more call. But I like also the idea to like I want to translate it by then. I already have people that want to help me translate the constitution to Chinese. It should be already translated into Korean, hopefully Russian. So the article, once we have the article done, all the translation needs to be done, and then we can from there do a short introduction article
and
about
upload it onto GitHub, right? I mean, it needs to be up for referendum. People need to be able to vote on it.
Yeah.
So we do not add the kind of like recording and contract things in a constitution that we talked before.
Yeah. Okay.
We do not.
Excuse me.
Right?
Excuse me. I have a question. Have you talked about the Supreme Court in the Constitution? The Supreme Court
section.
Yeah. If there is no Supreme Court similar organization in the U.S. Constitution, I think the Article 16. Article 16. Can we go back to Article 16?
Yeah, there is
I think it was an appeal system, right? It is not. It's dispute resolution, and we talked about like that ECAF can act as some sort of appeal system, and that would be effectively something like a Supreme Court.
Okay. Yeah.
Where was that?
I think I currently agree with Article 16. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The system now is that if there's a dispute and the parties use the default. Is that me? No, can't be.
Sure.
Okay. 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 How about Article 16? Will you delete or not?
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, guys.
I thought Jetze.
Yes. I was explaining the system. We don't have a Supreme Court right now. I stroke out the appeal bit. If we want to have like a central court that has if we want to introduce the possibility for appeal, we can do that. Then I put it back in. The difference will be that I can put it back in here, but it could also be one of the details the community designed on later on through a referendum light. So we have the Constitution as a basic document. If we put in we need appeal, then it's a choice we have to make now. Then it's in there, and then it can only be changed at 50%, etc. or it can be detailed to a referendum light. I don't mind. I put it in at the first place because I figured it could be important to have a central place where the more important decisions are being reviewed, so that we can come up with a centralized, which is not a good thing, of course, in blockchain, with a centralized set of verdicts, so that it makes the verdicts of the lower courts, lower arbitrators, the first instance, a bit more predictable. So that's what appeal is for, basically.
Okay, well, I'll agree with this. Just delay first.
I think.
All right. So we can do it then through a referendum light. It's fine. Then I'll leave it out.
Yeah. Okay. I don't think I agree with this. Like, I think we have a lot of decentralization right now if we have multiple arbitration forums. However, to ensure that they're doing a good job, we kind of, I'd like to have it in the constitution that there is a chance for appeal. And I don't think in the referendum light, once we have a working arbitration system, then touching this hot topic once again with any kind of referendum will be kind of hard. I don't think you will find anyone who wants to do this then. But that's my opinion. I don't know. For me, an appeal system is pretty important in any law system. That means
I think it should be in the Constitution as well.
Yeah.
I don't mind. Up to you. I'm pretty blank in there.
Guys, how about...
It's more like that for instance, the bigger arbitrators like ICC, they don't have appeal. So, you know, if you want to work with them.
Yes, normally the arbitration have no appeal system.
Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of the reason I...
Yeah, but... I mean, there's like one comment, pretty long comment that I made about all the things that are missing in the current law system that we're having. And I understand that we need to, once we have a new constitution, once we have a referendum and referendum light, we can design this and we have worker proposal, then we can design a better law system with all these pillars. The will to have an appeal system, and writing this down, I think is important to know that even though there are multiple forums, there's like one place where you potentially can go and get served justice. There's also like what I said, like the documentation of precedents is not written there. All these kind of things. I mean, that's probably something for worker proposal.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, normally, if the clients want to appeal, they can only appeal to the problem of procedures, not the details of the case, but only the procedure of the arbitrator, something like the arbitrators and justice, arbitrators problem or procedures problem, not the case details of the case. They can only appeal about this kind of problem. In this, in this way, it may be more efficiency. In order to keep efficiency about the EOS, we shouldn't allow the details, appeal of the details of the case. Otherwise, it will be very low efficiency.
Yeah, I understand that the things that I'm suggesting are not really in the scope of arbitration, but yeah. What you just added, what the award should be published in a meaningful...
Guys, are we done?
I'll breathe a little more on this. I have to go right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to go as well.
Let's schedule next call before you leave.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Wait. Let's schedule next call before you leave.
Okay.
This is important thing. What right now is Thursday. What about Actually, I wish to finish this week, but this week so many things is happening in my thing. How are you busy this week or not? Same time. Another day.
I can make time.
Or maybe
I'm
Monday.
okay.
Or maybe Monday.
Friday is okay to me.
But it really depends on when Jetze finds the time to clean up the document.
Yeah, we need time, and we also need.
Then we need time for translation. So realistically, I don't think we can do before Sunday.
So maybe let's do Monday, same time, 11.
Yeah,
let's
UTC. Friday is difficult for me. Monday, I don't know. I'll check. The 13, right? Is that 30, 14?
Yeah.
Monday is okay. Tomorrow is impossible, and I'll try to get it cleaned up tonight.
Okay.
Monday, same time, 11 UTC.
Yeah, would be good. Yeah, that's my lunch time, so I don't miss out on much. Only some food. Okay, talk to you later.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you. Marty.
Yeah, Max. Everybody's still here.
All right. I would like to talk about the thing from my side and what I say to Max. David.
David is gone. He also needed to go.
All right. So David is here. I can see he's still here.
Yeah, probably had to do something else and he left the screen and didn't.
I thought that he can translate to Max about our program, about the Meet One thing.
Okay, yeah.
You know everything, Marty. You know everything. So
yeah, I can leave. Cool.
David, then we talk later, okay?
Cool. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Max, then we talk later, okay?
Okay.
Okay. And I ask David to translate to you, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Achilles, goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.